easily faded out as well if he fires it multiples.
Yeah, really, what it all comes down to is if Floppy Field can keep Cheese in disadvantage and force Cheese to kind of just approach and land in the air. And despite King DD having multiple jumps, their air mobility is not the best. And Floppy Field has a lot of options to juggle with. So long as Floppy Field knows that and just dishes out all this damage, good up tilt by the way. That was an interesting choice. Doesn't go for the second up air, but immediate aggression from Floppy Field. You like to see that, a change of pace, like you were talking about. You're talking about Sonic having aggressive play. Samus also has that option.
That's the thing, though. Oh my god, that's a super low shield for Floppy Field, and he's a little fortunate that it wasn't able to break it. And yep, that's an inhale into charge shot. You heard that first.
Yeah, I mean, again, inhale will play a big role. It's whether or not Cheese can really get that going. And Floppy Field's doing a very good job playing the safe game really, and just spacing out a lot of their options. Good Zair really on that Gordo to send it back. But she's saying, nope, that backer gonna send the Floppy Field into the blast zone with a lead.
Yeah, that's just Floppy Field being caught on the landing by Cheese, because yes, the Gordo actually clinged onto the stage, if you notice, so Floppy Field had to go kind of high there, and that was probably just easily pinpointed by that backer swing.
And already, I mean, this lead from Cheese, he's already getting a lot of extra credit, potentially another stock with the way he's playing. Looking for the jet hammer, he hits those so consistently.
Whoa.
Oh, but a random air dodge by chance, or maybe
I was about to mention. I was about to mention. I don't think it was a terrible DI. I think it was a bad timing on the air dodge.
Yeah, that stuff happens. I mean, air dodging when you're out there, everyone knows the pain. You just die immediately, and it sucks.
Oh, tries to go for this air, but that's a nice nair to up air conversion for Cheese. That's not enough for the stock just yet. And now, oh, he misses the up airs. Cheese was sent too far off. Nice DI on the grab.
Good shield as well, just to deflect the charge shot away. Dishing out damage not on him, but on his shield. Good damage again from Floppy Field. This is what I'm talking about. Once you're in disadvantage, it's going to be very difficult to come back. But the thing is with Floppy Field is that he's just allowing Cheese so many opportunities to get back.
Whoa!
And this is what's causing Floppy Field to lose a lot of not only the lead, but stocks as well. When you allow Cheese to play his game the way he wants to, it's so difficult to combat a DDD like that.
You have to come back onto the stage. It's almost a shield break on that up B for Cheese, and I think Floppy was a little fortunate that wasn't a shield break, because I think Jet Hammer would have been the stock had it actually been fully charged.
Yup, it definitely would have. And the Floppy Field, of course, kind of just getting out of there very safely. But
you hear, and there's a counter. Ooh, there's a lot of shield damage.
Yeah, speaking of safe, I mean, look at how Cheese is just spacing out Floppy Field super well, keeping him at bay, not allowing him to get in. And despite me initially talking about how well Floppy Field is doing to get in, it seems like it's not doing anything right now, as Cheese has quite the lead. Spot dodges the charge shot, but ain't nothing escaping that dash attack.
Floppy Field's also vibing. We saw it on the webcam. He kind of was vibing, so this still is possible for Floppy Field to get back on the game here. It's still possible.
Oh,
connect.
The one time it does. Oh!
He did bring it
Both
back.
players playing off stage. Oh, but the back air! That is going to take the stock in Floppy Field with a small pop-off. I mean, can you really blame him? What a comeback from Floppy Field as he finds Cheese in disadvantage and knocks off that stock. That's what I was talking about before. Once you get King DDD into disadvantage, it's really all your game and what you do with that advantage. And Floppy Field using it perfectly. Getting Cheese off stage, setting up all their ledge traps, and getting that back air to solidify that game number 1. So Cheese with a huge comeback, but a lot of momentum still in Cheese, really.
I mean, yes, he did unfortunately lose his stock to the bomb back air setup, because once again, Cheese just decided not to go to the ledge on the recovery round. That actually was just the reason he lost that game in the first place. So we're going back to PS2. Let's see if anything changes from these two players, as adaptations can be just great from either side.
Yeah, I mean, this matchup on paper is still really bad for King DDD, because so many projectiles on a big body character like King DDD, it just really spells out a lot of danger and no good for Cheese, but he's making the most out of it. Whoa, what an up air to deflect the Gordo back. An option I don't think Cheese even saw coming.
Up air has a pretty big hitbox, as you just saw.
It does. And now you know. So, I mean, huge damage again coming from both players, but Cheese on the ropes, trying to get as much damage as possible. You gotta watch out for that charge shot. Also, Cheese, you know, he has that inhale just waiting you out, and then the up tilt, which can also kill. So I think Floppyfield knows that. Trying to play back just a little bit more. But Cheese doing a very good job dodging all these charge shots, dodging all these big hits that Floppyfield has been throwing out.
I love the fact that Floppyfield's also trying to use his zap and there to at least wait out the Gordos, or trying to bait out an inhale on an attempt to use the charge shot in the air, because he did do that a couple of times over, and that's not a good time to go with the Teta grab. And now Floppyfield's off stage to see if Cheese can find a way to ledge trap him toward the stock. No, can do, but it's still a disadvantage, and that's a what? Okay, charge shot into dash attack, sure.
Tell. He was like, okay, charge shot might not kill you. I'm just gonna go for the guarantee. But I mean, who can blame him really when you're at this high percentage with Rage? I mean, that percentage is now gone. Of course, that stock as well. So we're kind of back to square one between both of these guys. So, I mean, how do you like in this match so far, Supernova? What do you think each player could be doing better? What do you think they've already been doing?
So far, both these players have been controlling the range of whatever they can do. You know, got the Gordos as a ledge trap set up right there on the forward tilt. Air dodge just through the Gordo. And that's going to be a... Oh, you just mistimed it. If
Uh-oh.
Maybe he did it any earlier, he would have got the stock, and now we see Floppyfield on the offensive.
Yeah, once you get that first hit, I feel like you just start to get in that zone. And like you talked about before, Floppyfield was kind of getting hyped over that first game, and so still some momentum on his side. But Mr. Cheese still keeping this very close despite the matchup.
Oh, you didn't spot dodge the charge shot in time. Cheese is now getting his percentage racked up, and I think this is a different game right now, because in this situation in game one, it was Cheese was comfortably ahead, but now we have a dead even game.
Dead even, yes, but it really matters. Whoa! Just reflecting or just inhaling that grenade, that down B. Not gonna take the stock just yet. The up throw might do it. No!
That was almost max range.
Heavy.
That was almost max range.
True. It's true, almost max rage. Could not get the kill as well. So, Cheese, both players gotta find the stock. You know that Floppyfield's looking for a grab.
There it is. And something else I wanted to point out here is basically, if you inhale an explosive, it'll immediately blow up in your mouth.
Oh, but I mean, you didn't really see that with the down B actually, because Cheese was able to inhale that, but that actually didn't detonate immediately. So I feel like that's just the properties of that move coming in play.
Oh, there's a jab, grab, reset, but could not find the conversion because another grab, and now Cheese is pretty considerably behind, but because King DDT's a heavy, it's not quite over until it's over.
Yeah, it's not over, but I mean, it's looking very grim for Cheese, because if you're him right now, you need the stock as soon as possible. And Floppyfield is making sure that he continues to rack up this damage enough to where when it gets to that last stock, if you need to get to that last stock, he's still going to have a lead like that 94%. It's looking very detrimental. But like you said before, this is King DDT we're talking about. This is a heavy we're talking about. It's not over until it's over. So let's see what Cheese can mount, what kind of comeback he has in his repertoire.
Yeah, he needs to come back right now, because if he doesn't win this game, Floppyfield's going to win the set and advance in bracket. So it's now or never for him, and this is likely to be a back throw off stage. Once again, the explosives are going to try to catch the up B recovery. Doesn't get it this time. Charge shot shielded just in time.
And you got to watch out when you're landing up high against a character like Samus, you know, up air, up tilt, even. Just so many moves that can dish out a lot of damage. Not only that, but have big hitboxes. So it's really tough to land against Samus. The up throw not going to take the stock just yet.
But the next one should, though.
Oh, dash attack not coming through. She still has this potentially.
Yeah, she's still in this game. Hammer. Oh, he just hit the ledge. Yeah, it was one or the other. The Nair.
Oh, the Nair's going to do it. Fair play to Floppyfield. I mean, despite, you know, kind of being in that initial deficit in game number 1 and rallying it up to take the first game, being able to use that momentum, taking it game number 2 as well, in a swift 2-0 between a very, very highly contested match against two very solid players. But again, I mean, it's not even the matchup at that point. It's just Floppyfield really being the better player in the sense that he was able to catch Cheese in so many situations, like especially landing. Landing was Cheese's weak point, and Floppyfield made sure to keep it that way.
I think that's like the one important thing that people don't really understand, like as a whole, because you kind of see it online where you see people catch landings like that one, where it's like
Hmm.
you had to avoid the Gordo on the ledge, or else you were getting hit off stage again, probably never touching that ledge. But
Yeah.
then you get into another situation where it's like, oh, they're in the air. I'm going to time a forward smash just to see where he lands.
It really is just all methodical when you come down to like offline, because like online you're seeing a lot of things. People are kind of mashing. No, offline everything is fair game. Everything is kind of thought out methodically. And I mean, I feel like Floppyfield played that pretty perfectly. Played that match perfectly, despite looking a bit sketchy initially. Again, really good catches like you saw with that down B into that back air to take game number one, and a well-deserved victory from Floppyfield and all. But you can't discredit Cheese from putting up quite the effort and quite the match, honestly. I never thought I'd see a Samus DDD match, and now I'd be excited about it. Okay, both these guys put up quite the show.
Yes, they did, and that's gonna be one of the best ways to transition into our next round of bracket. And we look back into the replays once again. Cheese did have a good chance to get back in this game. The problem, though, the damage was racked up. So, and actually, now that I think about it, I think you had to take the Gordo there because you were better at taking the Gordo because you weren't gonna be losing the stock there. If you just went after the Jet Hammer, that means you probably lose the stock and again you get forced into a game three. That means Cheese would have momentum, and probably wouldn't see the win come back. So you had to take that Gordo at the ledge.
Absolutely. And again, there were so many situations where I feel like Floppyfield just respected a lot of Cheese's options, whereas Cheese didn't really respect, going for a lot of missile and like going for Gordo on missile and then, Gordo coming back. I feel like Mr. Cheese played a little bit too flowcharty. And so, all those options played against him. And Floppyfield did a really good job being able to pretty much just abuse that factor that, Gordo was pretty much invalidated despite being on ledge a lot, being good on ledge trap. But the moment
Yeah.
that the moment that you send Gordo back, it's tough for DDD to do anything. Gordo is a very good projectile, but when you're able to play around it and use it to your advantage, it's pretty much your game to win.
All right, and now we're gonna move on to our next round of games here. Advancing into winners round 3, and there's 2 of them that are projected to be on the stream. I'm not sure which one's first, and I hope I'm correct on this one. If I'm wrong, I apologize, but it just should be Melly and Unbred Brain Dead coming up.
Yeah. So this is a Belmont Ditto. That's all I need to say, really. That's all I need to say. Cut it. Cut.
Okay, do we really need to call T